Hello guys, what is up? My name is Dylan. Welcome to the Popcorn Podcast. This is episode number 87. Guys, today got another new guest. We're on a roll once again. My guest here is a big fan of the franchise that we're going to be discussing in this episode. Welcome, Ben.
Thank you very much. So my name is Ben. You might know me as CrowsCritics. I not just make film content myself, I also run a small podcast alongside that too.
Yes, you do.
And I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
Rival podcast. No.
Yeah. Inspiration. Say it like that.
Yeah. Well, it's a pleasure to honestly just genuinely finally be having you on the couch, because I mean I've seen your stuff for a little while now. Your stuff always pops up on my feed, and I'm actually a really big fan of yours. Like just the kind of variety of videos you bring. Recently, you've been doing a lot of reviews on like Lime bikes and stuff, which I've been loving. And I'm like, dude, you're giving me anxiety just having your phone now and talking about films. But yeah, a pleasure to be finally chatting with you.
Thank you.
How'd this all begin for you? Like, when did you start getting into sort of, I want to say not necessarily film, but just film discussion? When did CrowsCritics launch?
Where did that start? So I started kind of this actually as like a fashion content creator.
Nice.
And that's where it all kind of began, and I learned how to edit and I learned how to crack on with all that kind of stuff. Kind of behind the scenes, I'm still watching like a painful amount of anime and films and series, etc. And I kind of realized that there is a whole untapped market. I'd be watching film creators but not creating any film, if that makes sense. And then I just kind of was like, let's switch this up. And it was just after COVID, really, when everyone kind of learned how to edit properly because you had nothing else to do. And you know, I hadn't met any of these people. I had never been to anywhere, and I moved into London just after COVID, and it kind of all fell into place at exactly the same time. And now I'm lucky to say I am where I am.
Amazing. Yeah. I haven't actually said this to you just yet, but I have actually been saying to people, I think without a shadow of a doubt, you're the best dressed film person in the space, without a shadow of doubt. Every time I see you at events, I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, here you go again.
Well, I'm grateful. I kind of mentioned you just before this. I managed to interview Letitia Wright yesterday, day before, and we spoke for like a good 10-15 minutes, and she was very complimentary of what I was wearing. And from her, that's sick.
Yeah.
Multiple times she was like complimenting my jewelry and stuff like that, and when this is an actress that's already kind of famous for the way she dresses outside of work, that was cool.
Yeah, I can imagine, man. Yeah. That's really interesting, and it absolutely makes sense that you come from a sort of fashion background as well. I don't know how much I've spoken about this on the pod, but I'm sure completely different to your world, but like I also used to come from a sort of a fashion-based background. I used to have a fashion blog. It's a big sort of area that I was super passionate about. But ultimately, I think my main love was always movies and film and cinema. And it was only sort of a matter of time where that sort of materialized for me in terms of, again, around COVID time, and it was just kind of the perfect time. Like you say, everyone was sort of just inside, learned how to edit, and just sort of, but yeah, no, man. But that's great. Like, great to hear sort of how you got into the space, and now you have your platforms. You've got a podcast that you've launched this. Was it this year that you launched?
We are. What do we do? I think we just did episode 16, and it's 16, one episode a week, so 16 weeks.
Yeah.
It's really fun. I think the main thing that I've loved is not just, which I'm assuming you get the same, is being able to speak to new people and new opinions.
Absolutely.
But I've also learned to grow and like learn as I make them. You know, like it's interesting to listen back to episode 1 compared to the episode we've just done. Really realize the difference we've achieved.
When I tell you this, you've only done 16 episodes. When you get to like episode 50 or something, you're really going to look back and be like, what the hell? This is crazy. But yeah, completely, can completely relate to you. Just like sort of week on week, just improving and sort of just learning sort of how you can make things better, even like sort of unintentionally, just falling into that kind of pattern. But yeah, man, I will absolutely leave all your relevant links in the description box below. So guys, do go and check out Ben's stuff. We'll come back to this at the end of the episode. But yeah, Ben, we whenever we have new guests, we ask them a round of sort of quickfire questions to kind of get to know you a little bit better. I'm excited to get stuck into these with you. So are you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, so Ben, first up, what's your favorite film?
I can confidently say this. It's been my favorite film since I was tiny weenie, and that is Disney's Treasure Planet.
Oh, great pick.
Yeah, and it is. There's so many people that absolutely... It's one of two things. You know it and you love it, or you go, I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
And I'm on that side of it where it's just like obsessed. I have tattoos of it. I love it.
Gosh, I haven't seen Treasure Planet in years. I mean, if we want to return to it. But that film is such good fun. It's such good fun. What's a film that makes you laugh?
There's so many choices. Let's go with, I'm going to say The Other Guys.
Okay. Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah. It would have started as like Step Brothers. Like, I love that. And then The Other Guys was something that I watched probably a little bit later than everyone else did.
Yeah.
And then when I got a chance with it, it was one of them films that you maybe don't laugh the first time, watch it a second time and you hear them little jokes that you kind of missed the first time, and they are still in my like vocabulary all these years later.
I'm really glad you said The Other Guys, because a lot of people come here and they say sort of the sort of typical Will Ferrell film, Step Brothers, or but The Other Guys I think is quite underrated as well.
Exactly.
I love the moments in which, like the first moment where Mark Wahlberg comes into Will Ferrell's house and he meets Eva Mendes, his wife, and he's just so confused.
Exactly. And this is what I mean. As like a first watch, you have absolutely no idea what's going on, and the second watch you're hearing them little bits, and it gets me every single time.
What's a film that makes you cry?
Oh, easy. And this is something I managed to actually see in person as well.
Yeah.
So it's based on a true story, and that's Hutchie, A Dog's Tale.
Ooh, I have no idea what this is.
Okay, imagine Marley and Me times 10.
Damn.
It's brutal. And because it's based on a true story, everything just gets worse. Very simply, it's about a dog that walks his owner to the train station every day, and the opposite, he goes and picks him up from work, and one day he basically tries to tug on his owner's jacket, and he's like, he's not speaking, but like, don't go to work, and he doesn't understand. He pushes him away. He goes to work, and that day he goes to work and he has a heart attack and dies.
God.
But the dog, for the rest of his life, goes and waits at that train station every day for him to come home. And it's brutal, and it's based in Shibuya Crossing. So I went to Tokyo earlier this year, and they've got the Hutchie statue where he used to sit there. I was very drunk, like laying all over it and hugging it in public, but I didn't realize it was there. I stumbled across it by accident.
Wow.
And to have a film that hit me so hard and then stumble across that in a very emotional state, it was great.
Wow. Guys, if you are planning to do a sort of back-to-back double bill of The Other Guys and Hutchie, I'd recommend you do The Other Guys second, just so
100%.
What's a film you think is underrated?
Underrated is hard, because I think every film has its niche audience, but mine is, and it's without a doubt been the same since I was young, is School of Rock.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Again, it's like my girlfriend's a radio presenter. She's Radio X.
Yeah.
So you're in kind of your rock, your that kind of music. So School of Rock is something that I loved, and then obviously when we met, that film kind of
you sort of bonded over that.
Movies, music.
Nice.
Great.
Nice. Amazing. What's a film you think is overrated?
Oh, that's a great question. So I always look at that at like, what's won awards that I don't really care for?
Sure.
And my one was The Revenant.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I think of any performance to give Leo an Oscar for, it wasn't that.
That I agree with.
I think there's so many other opportunities. I feel like they owed him. But it's all right. It's okay. I could have had some other options. I got like Oppenheimer. I don't.
No.
I watched it. Don't ever need to watch that again.
Wow.
Even recently, One Battle After Another. I enjoyed it. It was a great film, but I will always judge a film off its rewatchability.
Interesting.
It might be 3 hours, but do I need to go? Like, I'm not going to go and make myself a pot noodle tonight and sit down and just chuck it on the telly. You're never going to do that with something like Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think with a film like Oppenheimer, like you need to allocate a time in the day to really sort of get into it. But yeah, wow. Okay, wow.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. Those are your picks. What's your favorite or one of your favorite performances in a film?
Okay, so my favorite actor ever is Jake Gyllenhaal.
Dude, you're speaking my language here. It's Jakey, and for me, it's like, I mean, this is such like a film bro answer, but it's literally Jake Gyllenhaal and Ryan Gosling for me.
That's fair.
But please do go ahead and talk about Jakey.
So there are so many roles that he's done, and it's hard to nail it, but I think for me it's Nightcrawler.
It's his best performance.
It's his best performance. Good. Again, it's another film that I could have said that in my favourite film, because that's easily in like my top 10. But it's the sort of film that I'll go, oh yeah, I love Nightcrawler, and everyone goes, I have no idea what that is. Yeah. There's nothing crazier than that man. His eyes.
He's a truly terrifying character. That is. I always love the line where he I can't remember the sort of reporter who sort of he wants to sort of work with him. And there's a halfway point in the movie where Jake Gyllenhaal is literally just like, what part of like I'm not fucking interested. Do you not get? It always just cracks me up, that moment. Just so terrifying, and like that film is so dark as well.
It is.
It's got like a really underrated performance with Riz Ahmed as well.
Yes, yeah.
Gosh, yeah. If you haven't seen Nightcrawler, it's got nothing
100%.
to do with the X-Men character. Instead, it's completely. It's just brilliant. What's your favorite cinema to go to?
Okay, that's hard. So I've moved around quite a lot. So I've been to very, very many cinemas. Different things give me different reasons. You know, like I could say something really basic like Cineworld IMAX because IMAX performances are brilliant.
Yeah.
But I live in Brixton, so my local's the Ritzy. Yeah.
Nice.
Can't fault
Very
it.
nice.
It's cute. It feels like a cinema. You've got like the little chalkboard things outside.
Yeah.
Every so often I walk past it and it says, "Someone, will you marry me?" Like it's got a personal touch to it where people are writing on it. Even after Dune Part 2 came out, I walked past it. I've got a photo on my phone, and as you walk past, all they wrote on the front of it was, "No, we don't have the popcorn bucket." And that was the whole advert for their film.
That's brilliant.
And I love that the little personal touch.
Yeah.
That's what cinema's about.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Great pick. What's a bad film that you love?
Mike Myers' Cat in the Hat.
Okay. I mean, we love Cat in the Hat as well.
I love that film.
Yeah.
It's hilarious to me. It's like the way I like to imagine it is that like the Dr. Seuss world was like, Universal, go on, make a film, let's start a franchise with this. And then they made that and they went, why did you make that? Like of all the choices you could have done with our characters. But like this many years later, it's hilarious.
Yeah. It's got a bit of it's got that comfort to it as well, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, like again, kind of bringing my girlfriend into it. She hadn't watched it and I made her watch it for the first time this year. And
what did she think?
She just like looked at me like it's like a skit, it's a joke.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so brilliant. Again, another film I still quote on the daily.
Yeah. I sort of had that for, I mean, this is a legitimately terrible film, and if you just say what the hell, I wouldn't blame you. But like even Batman and Robin for me,
yeah,
like,
that's fair.
It's just so bad, but I used to watch it as a kid. And it just has that level of comfort for me that I'm like, I don't actually care how bad this is. I already know. So you're just able to have fun with it. But yeah, great pick. Yeah. What is your biggest film ick or red flag?
As someone that makes content myself, it's bad marketing. Because there have been so many films that I love that no one outside of cinema loving people will have even heard
of. Yeah.
Just because no one advertised it.
Yeah.
There's nothing on a bus. There's no good trailers. There's no popcorn buckets. Something they literally just didn't do anything. And it means that films and actors and creators and that put everything into this film will never get the light of day because no one watched it. No one knew it existed.
No, absolutely. And I also think it's kind of the sad thing about a lot of sort of big films, even huge films nowadays. It's like the marketing budget is as big as
important.
As important is as significant as the film budget itself, if not more. Like Barbie's marketing budget, I mean, obviously it became one of the highest grossing films of all time, but like just the amount of money a lot of studios are putting into marketing itself, even like with Tron ARES, which we'll get into,
crazy.
It's insane. I can't go outside without seeing the neon red and somewhere.
It makes me happy of all the content I could have made is film, because when you do see good marketing like that, and someone asks me, hey, what do you do? Or they see my content, it makes sense because they see the things I talk about. So my world is integrated into their world.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I like that.
That's a great point. Yeah. What is your biggest film green flag?
Probably for me, a good soundtrack. And I don't mean like a score. I mean specifically if it's got actual singers and actors and stuff. Like, actors, wrong word. But like, a lot of the time Spotify will release the album before the film comes out, and you can either have spoilers by them names or you can see it. So you talk about something like, I don't know, like the Spider-Verse soundtrack or Black Panther soundtrack, something like that. I will just listen to them as an album, ignoring the film. That is just a great music to listen to.
That's a really good point, because I mean, it's easy to talk about film scores, but soundtracks as well. If you are going to use real songs in your film, but also if you're going to create new music for a film, I mean, there's like the Guardian soundtrack, which is obviously a lot of
like mixtapes,
mixtapes and stuff. But like then as for films like Black Panther or Spider-Verse, and really using the sort of cultural significance of those films to sort of collaborate on a level that's just more than just film. I think
exactly.
What is your favorite film score?
Score is so hard because, again, like I said, I focus more on the music and the things. But score, it's going to be something basic. It's going to be something like Interstellar, or like Dune.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Have you seen Hans Zimmer live by any chance?
No, I
Go
want
and check it
to
out. Yeah, you should go check
because
it
I
out.
think I'd cry.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You'll start, dude. You'll start floating. Honestly. Horror or comedy?
Comedy.
Sci-fi or fantasy?
Oh, it is sci-fi,
Yeah.
but fantasy is like my thing at home.
Yeah,
do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Blockbuster or indie?
Blockbuster.
What's a film you wish that you watched in the cinema?
Okay, I'm going to make this up on the spot. Michael Bay's Transformers.
Ah,
The first one.
great pick. Yeah,
And I want to see it in IMAX.
dude. I've heard rumors that Michael Bay is coming back for another Transformers film, and I've heard more rumors that Shia LaBeouf's coming back and Megan Fox. And it sounds too good to be true.
Linkin Park released a new album.
Yeah,
It's happening.
yeah. What?
Yeah, it's great. 2009, we return.
Yeah. Who is a director whose work you want to watch more of?
That is a great question. I'm going to say Tim Burton.
Nice.
Easy. Yeah, from every aspect. You can go down to your stop motion all the way through to, I don't know, something like Dark Shadows,
Yeah.
them sort of films. Like, yeah, none of them are 5-star films, but like, you love them.
Yeah,
Like,
he's a very distinct filmmaker.
yeah, and you would spot him anywhere.
Absolutely. If you were stuck on a desert island, Ben, what 4 films would you take with you?
Easy peasy. That's my Letterboxd top 4. They'll never change. I'm loyal to them. Leonardo DiCaprio's Romeo and Juliet.
Nice.
I think that comes from the fashion background, the movie
Yeah.
things. Love that. Treasure Planet.
Of course.
Love it. Jake Gyllenhaal again in the Zodiac.
Zodiac is, I think, Fincher's most underrated. Yeah.
And to spice up a little bit in there, I'm going to put Princess Mononoke.
That's Clara's. That's Clara's favorite. That's Clara's favorite film. You just got major points for Wow. Well, coming on to the final sort of questions, Ben. What's your favorite film of 2025 so far, and what is your most anticipated film for the rest of 2025?
So hard. This year has had some crazy films, both good and bad. I have enjoyed many of them, but I really did love F1.
Yeah. I mean,
I've watched it in IMAX. I watched it how you're meant to watch
yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Again, another film with a crazy soundtrack, a crazy score, IMAX level cinematography, brilliant acting. It was what it wanted to be.
Absolutely.
It was great.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the definitive summer blockbuster.
Yeah,
without a shadow.
I loved it.
Wonderful. Well, those were some quickfire questions. That was quite fun. I genuinely enjoyed it, listening to some of those picks. Guys, of course, as you will know, today we're going to be talking about Tron ARES. Woo! I'm going to do a little intro to sort of get into the sort of discussion of it. We're not going to be talking spoilers just yet. I will give a sort of spoiler warning when we do. But without further ado, the grid is back online. It all started in 1982 when a rogue programmer got pulled into his own creation, and Tron changed the game, literally. It was a visual revolution, computers, identity, rebellion, all rendered in glowing light and early CGI magic. Then, nearly 3 decades later, Tron Legacy reignited the circuitry, bringing back Flynn and pairing it all with that unforgettable Daft Punk soundtrack that still echoes through every synthwave playlist today. Now, over a decade later, the system reboots once again with Tron ARES, a new chapter that promises to bridge the human world and the digital one like never before. But the question is, does this evolution of Tron push the franchise forward, or does it get lost in its own code? Okay, well, I was just saying this to you, Ben, but of course, currently as of when we're filming this, London Film Festival is taking place, and I was at a premiere last night, and I ran into a mutual friend of ours, Hashi from the Small Time Critics, and we were just catching up, talking, and I said, he was like, "Are you shooting?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm shooting tomorrow. Actually, what are you shooting?" I'm shooting Tron ARES with Ben with CrowsCritics, and he was like, absolutely the right guy for the job here. So Ben, what is your history with Tron? Just gonna kick off there.
So I was a big Disney lover from birth.
Yeah.
And I was born in an age after the first Tron film came out. So my first introduction to it was the legendary Tron Legacy, which, by the way, was an easy answer for score. Don't know how I missed out on that.
I was gonna say, like, are you gonna say Daft Punk? Are you gonna say Daft Punk?
that should have been relevant. I didn't do it, but that was my I felt like, you know, you see them like TikToks and their memes of like kids that are just like staring at the screen.
Baby, the one of the dad just who continues to just keep showing him like his baby like amazing scenes.
Yeah, I feel like the Blade Runner like Ryan Gosling meme where it's like the pink glow on the face where I was just staring at the screen. But like that, when like, you know, Sam Flynn breaks open the light cycle for the first time, it's all slow-mo, the music, the lights,
I can do this.
That was my first, you know, interaction to it. And I loved it ever since. The music is crazy. Again, you know, as soon as Spotify was out, because at that time it wasn't when I was so young, that's an album that you would put straight on download. And here we are, like 20 years later, Tron ARES.
Tron ARES, indeed. Yeah, I mean, kind of similarly to you, although I don't think I was raving about it as much when I first saw it, but Tron Legacy was sort of my first introduction into the franchise.
Yeah.
I'm going to admit something which I kind of feel ashamed to do, and I was actually planning on catching it, but with everything with LFF going on, I just haven't. I have never seen the original Tron.
Okay.
And that is actually my bad, and I should have actually done this. But I mean, I've heard the sort of general synopsis, sort of thoughts on the film.
Yeah.
But like you, Legacy was kind of my sort of door into the kind of world of Tron, and similarly to you, and I think many others. I mean, that Daft Punk soundtrack. I think the way you could look at Tron Legacy is, I feel like it is kind of this one big music video.
Yes,
absolutely. I mean, visually it is unlike anything any other film has kind of ever done, or just like it's just so distinct, and how it sort of evolved from the first Tron film, where you have like you do have 3D sort of 3D sort of graphics going on, but it is almost in a sort of 2D plane, whereas Tron Legacy really sorts like I think it like revolutionized CGI in films, just completely changing the digital landscape and sort of how that all works. I think it came out just after Avatar, I want to say.
Okay.
Something like that. But like just it's one of the films where I can like you know, it's a completely digital world, yet I still feel a lot from that film, and I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it more as I was genuinely. I think it was during COVID time where I really found like a love for it, and I'm glad to see that it's actually since had a bit of a resurgence recently as well.
Yeah, because like classic audience scores aren't
they're not
great.
No,
but I've never heard a bad word against it. Yeah, everyone loves it, but I think it's. The way I always describe it, it's the classic Hayden Christensen Star Wars thing of when it comes out, everyone slates it, but the people that loved it were too young to review it. And now them young kids have grown up.
Really good point.
But too late. It's not making money anymore.
Yeah.
That actors, things have happened.
Yeah.
But we love it 20 years later.
Absolutely. With Tron Legacy as well, like because it's had a bit of a resurgence, I think that's also, unfortunately, in this case, I would say for me, that has built a lot of hype for ARES going into going into this
20 years of it.
Yeah, I know. Well, when they announced that they're doing another Tron film, I was like, oh my god, this is insane. And I was expecting them to start sort of bringing sort of things into the real world.
Yeah.
And I sort of knew. And then like, you know, Jared Leto was announced and whatnot. I was really interested to hear the team behind it. Was Joseph Kosinski going to be coming back? Obviously, Daft Punk, you know, they no longer make music. But then obviously Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, Nine Inch Nails signed on to do the score, and I was like, oh my god, we're in for another banger. But alas,
here we are. Yeah.
Here we are. So Ben, you I have seen on social media the past sort of week, 2 weeks, you've been at a lot of Tron events.
Yeah, man.
Talk to me about some of the events that you went to.
Oh, great. So it would have started with the UK special event. So that was a Disney hosted event at Piccadilly Circus. What that gave us is they basically created the grid, our new exhibition space at Piccadilly Circus. It included 30 minutes, I think, of the film, which, before we even get into it properly, was a very interesting choice because they showed us the beginning, the middle, and the end. Why? I don't know why you would do that.
Oh my gosh.
We all knew the story and what happened in that. I don't know why you would do that. But anyway.
Can I ask a question? When you saw it, were you like, why have they shown us the movie? Or was it only when you went to see the whole thing you were like...
No, 100% you knew.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you could feel the cuts in the clips, and it literally was the intro, the spoilery bit, and then the finale.
Wow.
Why? I don't know. So yeah, it included that.
Yeah.
It included one of the 2 light cycles that you could sit on and have photos with. Yeah. There was drinks, there was food, and then there was like a glam bar upstairs. We were then visited by the actual stars and the director of the film, which was cool. A little introduction. We watched our half an hour, and then once we left, it was very strange. Jared Leto decided to come and stand on the top of Piccadilly Circus.
Yeah, I did see this.
Just stand there. There was a lot of like Disney videographers and stuff around us, and we were kind of like whispering to them like, what was happening? Like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, wait and see.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he just kind of like aura farmed, like just Jesus stood there. And then he just walked away, and everyone was like, okay, now what? And they were like, I don't know. And even the cameramen didn't know what was happening. One of them thought that he was going to abseil down it, and then he just came up to me, like tapped me on the shoulder. He was like, that was it, like we're done. And I was like, okay.
Pull out a light.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Very strange.
Yeah.
I didn't gain anything from that. It was just standing watching this man just look down on us, basically.
I love how he literally just went on the top of Piccadilly Circus just to aura farm. It's just
But it was cool to see like Piccadilly Circus's like LED monitors all become one screen.
Yes.
You're so used to the little like boxes.
Yeah.
And you've probably seen them videos in like Times Square where they make the LED screens like 3D and something comes out of it. And this is the first time I've seen Piccadilly Circus have that. They had a light cycle do like an Akira slide through it and like swing out over Piccadilly Circus. That was really cool.
That's very cool. Sounds amazing.
That was the coolest thing of it, truthfully.
Amazing. And then you said you managed to, did you speak to Jared Leto or
yeah, so after that I'm meeting my friends, we're discussing what we've just watched, and he came out to speak to everyone. So I went over to just see him, and I was wearing an actual LED tie.
I did see this. It was very cool.
I was really proud of that.
I was like,
it looked
Jesus
great
Christ,
downstairs
man.
in the grid.
So Jared Leto over farm. Look at this guy.
But he came straight over because of the tie.
Yeah.
And he was like, that's an awesome tie, man. And as I was like filming it on my phone, I have like a Spider-Man phone case, and he was like, Spider-Man, that's my favorite hero. And like walked away. And then like, I had to think about it. I was like, that might be the first time I've heard Jared Leto actually say the word Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because like the whole Morbius
thing. Yeah.
And I was like, like that was the closest we've ever actually had him to doing that.
Amazing.
But it was cool.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, it sounds amazing. Like, I mean, again, like, obviously, it does come down to sort of just distinct and how visually striking Tron is. But to see that kind of in Piccadilly Circus, in the flesh, cool. sounds fantastic. So, suffice to say, you were, prior to seeing it fully, excited for the film.
100%, yeah. Taking us back to, like, the marketing thing. Like, Disney have done a crazy amount of marketing for this film. And with Tron being so aesthetically pleasing to look at, that plus marketing, plus a film like that you already enjoy, you're expecting big things, and
can't go wrong, right?
Yeah.
Right, guys, we are going to get into the film itself. So this is going to be a sort of spoiler warning if you haven't seen the film, or if you're not planning to see the film. I really shouldn't say that if you're not planning to see the film. That's the first time I've ever said this, but hey, we are going to be talking spoilers from this point onwards. So there's your spoiler warning. So it's 2025, 15 years after Sam Flynn's journey into the grid. Encom and Dillinger Systems, led by Eve Kim and Ed Dillinger's grandson, Julian, are racing to bring digital constructs into reality. But there's a limit. Any program in the real world lasts only 29 minutes before de-resolution. From within the grid, a new program awakens. ARES, designed not to just serve, but to think, adapt, and evolve. He's humanity's first true encounter with artificial intelligence. As he steps into reality, the line between creation and control begins to blur. The grid is alive again, and this time it's crossing over. The film is directed by how do you say his name? Joaquin? I can't remember. Let's go with gosh. I'm just trying to go off what I would say for Joaquin Phoenix. So. Well, it just sounds like Joaquin. Joaquin running and stars Jared Leto, Greta Lee, Evan Peters, Jodie Turner-Smith, Gillian Anderson, and Jeff Bridges, amongst others. Right. Ben.
Yep.
Verdict on Tron ARES, straight off the bat.
What a disappointment. Truly, what a disappointment. Crazy marketing, crazy soundtrack, crazy actors, awful finale.
Yeah.
What happened, man?
I saw this film yesterday morning. This was one of 3 films I saw yesterday.
Okay.
I managed to catch it in IMAX at the earliest screening I could find, like my local IMAX. I went to see this so just by myself. There's no way I could convince Clara to come to watch this, and you know, rightly so. This film just gave me a headache, man. It really gave me a headache. Like, I was watching the film, and for the first kind of third of it, I was a bit underwhelmed, but I was still like, okay, this is like fine, I guess. Like, I don't really understand the hate. And then like the rest of the film just happens, and I'm like, I don't know that. And I completely agree with you about the finale. Like, that was so underwhelmingly disappointing. Like, it was just mind-bogglingly just. There's like a final sort of confrontation that takes place between Ares and Athena, and I even just thought that scene, just the way it was compared to like a lot of the sort of technicalities of the film that like preceded it, was just so poorly done. It's like they almost ran out of budget or something at the end, and just
I don't know.
But jumping ahead to the final, let's bring it back a little bit. So yeah, it sort of opens with this kind of synopsis of like where the world of Tron is right now. You have these 2 huge tech companies sort of battling it out for, I guess, tech dominance, or you know, AI, the future of AI, and then you meet the kind of main sort of villainous character played by Evan Peters, who I actually thought was pretty good in the film.
Yeah, he was good.
I thought he was pretty good, and then the sort of opposite of that, the new leaders of sort of Encom, Greta Lee and her sort of sister who had passed away. And then you're introduced to Ares, and you go back into, it's not the grid. Is it the grid? It's like
technically, yeah.
It's like the anti-grid, or it was. Let's go with that. And it's Jared Leto. But immediately, like, the film sort of hits you with the complete sort of sensory experience of, you know, these incredible visuals combined with an amazing 9 Inch Nails score. Let's talk about 9 Inch Nails, actually, because I feel like a lot of people, you know, that's one thing I feel like the film actually, you know, it holds up.
Very true.
Yeah. What did you think of the score following Daft Punk?
Very good.
Yeah.
Nothing will beat Daft Punk, that's just fact.
Correct.
But they did a brilliant job at, replacing is the wrong word, but filling in their shoes.
Yeah.
They did brilliant, and tying that alongside the visuals, you're levitating in the moments. So they did a great job. Yeah,
absolutely. I don't think there are any other composers or musicians currently working what I would have sort of preferred. I think they're absolutely the right people to go to after sort of Daft Punk.
Yeah.
But again, like you said, I just don't think anything is going to touch Tron Legacy score. But yeah, they did a really good job. And then the whole sort of the whole color palette has now changed to sort of red, as you can see. A lot of cool visuals that this film sort of brings up, coming sort of into the real world. Even the stuff in the digital world, in the grid, I thought was very well done. And like visual effects wise, I think it's pretty strong. Holds up very well.
That's Disney money.
It is. So I think technically speaking, you know, you got the goods. You got the goods there for in safe hands. Everything else though, not so much. Let's talk about Jared Leto. Let's talk about Mr. Aura Farmer Jared Leto. What do you think of Jared Leto in this film?
I don't think he knew who he was in this film. I think at multiple different points he just switches up. Yeah. You start off the film with the AI feel. He reminded me of like Sunny and iRobot.
Yep.
Very like Siri and botty. And then by the end of it, he was actually having like the other guy's moment in the car, like just sitting there having like a full comedy sketch. And I really don't get what or who you were meant to be.
Yeah. And at the end, he just becomes Jared Leto. Like, they didn't even.
That's my point. And I don't even know when that happened in the film. I couldn't confidently say, "Oh, it was there." I was there. Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Really, yeah. The thing is, like, with the whole Jared Leto situation is like, obviously, I would say confidently since Morbius. I don't know if there was any sort of this before that, but like confidently since Morbius, obviously, a lot of people just haven't really been that sort of fruitful. About him. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, because he, I mean, you know, he's won an Oscar before. Like he was very good in Dallas Buyers Club. The guy does have
range.
Yeah. He does, believe it or not. But just ever since, he's just been tied to these projects that, you know, whether, you know, that a huge part is due to him or the projects themselves, just have been not even just like bad, but like, I think like really like some of the most poorly done big studio works that there are, and I just don't know what it is.
I'm trying not to blame him because you can tell that in all these roles he is putting the effort in, and the acting is still there. But if you're given a script that says lines that make you physically cringe, that's not your fault. It's not his fault. And like, you go to Morbius, you go to what is now Tron ARES, and like, he's giving it everything. It's just, if they're the choices the actual franchise decided to make, it's just bad luck, I guess.
Yeah, I hope, like, the thing is, this sounds weird to say, but I actually do genuinely hope I see him in a good film like, at some point soon. Because, again, like, weirdly enough, you can tell that he genuinely does care about people seeing the film. He hopes that people have a good time with it. So
he funded most of it.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah,
so he's a true fan.
Yeah,
and he put all of him in it.
Yeah.
And
I've been seeing his like social media posts of like, you know, how much of a dream it was to like sort of work with Jeff Bridges and all that. But speaking of which, let's talk about some of the cast. So we got Greta Lee, who's come in as sort of the main kind of protagonist, if you will, and it's her sort of journey that we're following in a way, sort of not similarly, but sort of in parallel to Jared Leto's journey. And I just think, like, for me, the two actors in this film where I was like, what the hell are you doing in this film? Like, you're better than this, is Greta Lee and Gillian Anderson.
Yeah.
I was Gillian Anderson, don't even get me started.
Whenever I see a film that says, so you'll have Jared Leto and then it'll go underneath, it says with Gillian Anderson. What that means is they're not in the film.
Yeah, they're not.
They're just there as a star-studded cast. Because Cameron Monaghan was in this film.
Yes, he was. For like
Cal Kestis
5
was
seconds.
in this film.
He was like... he's like the one program who like basically gets his like leg cut off or something. Was it like that?
They shoot like a missile and he just blows. Yeah. What are you doing?
Oh my gosh, I did see that in the credits. I was like, "Where's this guy going to be?" And then he just dies basically in the start. One sequence I will say that I did enjoy was the light cycle chase in the city. I thought that was pretty cool, and I felt like. One thing I actually genuinely enjoyed in this film was how they used the trail of the light cycles as well, and sort of the weird shapes that they would make, and kind of use that in their kind of digital combat. Like, that was very cool. I thought like there's a lot of cool, fun, creative things they're doing with the kind of like digital warfare, if you want to say.
Yes.
But just everything else around it is just not. It's just not there. I don't know. I really don't know what to say, and I really hate also just coming in and sitting down and just completely slagging off a film, but there really is. I would not recommend checking this out. Like,
I know what you mean. From that 30 minutes we saw at the screening event to the trailer itself, they have honestly, the whole film is the trailer. They picked all the sparkly fancy bits that make you want to make TikTok edits, and that's what you saw in the trailer. Everything else is actually boring.
Yeah.
And it's really gutting. Like, this Tron Legacy is a Disney film from 15 years ago that proves that they can make a film as good as, and, you know, 80% of that film is inside the grid. Everything looks pretty. Everything looks great. I appreciate that this film, the whole point of it is to bring the AI out.
Yeah.
But how did you make AI boring?
Exactly. I know. This is the thing. Like, I started this film and I was like, okay, I think what the film is trying to do is, or hopes is aiming to do, is to potentially deliver some sort of commentary on AI and its sort of integration with humans. Obviously, bringing the digital world into the real one, and even all the kind of you know, the way it does that, and the way it establishes, like, you know, these people only have 29 minutes to do this, and they have these sort of like almost huge 3D sort of printers.
Yeah,
all of that stuff, establishing that, but then as the film goes on, gets very, very tedious. But yeah, you almost start this film thinking it's, you know, there is going to be something of substance there, something interesting to say about AI and you know, how it, you know, is integrated with humans, but just it doesn't end up saying anything.
No.
And I'm not saying like all big films have to say something or have to be, you know, deliver some sort of interesting philosophical commentary. But like at the same time, there's so many interesting things you could talk about and you could delve into with a plot like this. But the film sort of just neglects it for just these really kind of I was genuinely just bored like throughout the film. I don't know why the film was 2 hours. Oh my gosh, man. I don't know.
2 hours, but nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Yeah. And the final sort of confrontation between, so you have ARES, who's played by Jared Leto, who's a sort of AI program who's beginning to sort of question his
gains sentience.
Yes, he gains sentience. But then you have these other sort of more, I don't want to say more developed programs, but you have like Athena, who is purely on like what she's programmed to do, purely on the sort of
yeah. Because here's one positive. I like Ares, god of war, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Athena, and if this is for Percy Jackson fans out there,
Yep.
Athena, god of war and battle strategy.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So he gains his sentience and he becomes like the rival, if that makes sense. And she commands the ship, keeps her, whatever the word is, like her goal, and has to hunt him down. But I don't even know. The thing when it comes to films, you have to feel what the characters are feeling.
Yeah.
Something's happening. Oh God, like I need to hold on to that, or oh no, what's going to happen to this person? And all of the risks and the things they take, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care how it ends. And I think maybe that comes from Tron Legacy ended on something so huge and something so interesting. And 15 years later, it's a film that we wish that we had a second or a sequel to. This is potentially that, and it is just straight up ignored.
Yeah.
And I hate that. And maybe that's where it starts. You start the film already let down, so that anything beyond that point, I'm not interested in.
Really good point. Because in the first sort of intro, they do reference Sam Flynn, and they say he's stepped down from the company, and whatnot. And even at the end, they sort of pick up, like Jared Leto picks up a picture of Olivia Wilde.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, what? What is
so
it? What?
I've got a story about this.
Yes, please.
So for anyone that remembers the end of Tron Legacy, Sam and Cora both escape the grid. Jeff Bridges kind of absorbs Clue and they blow up, right? The whole point, and please remember this, that Cora is the last ISO that is meant to have, she's the perfect quote-unquote human program, whatever, right? So what that means is there's no disease, there's no bacteria. If you lose your arm, you can just regrow it. They are the future of humanity. Sam and Cora both leave the grid, end of film. What comes next? I appreciate it's been 15 years and real life actors have their differences and they don't want to come back and all things like that happen. But if you're going to then, make Tron Ares and have to come up with an excuse, unfortunately, as to why this hasn't happened, you could have thought of better. And at this sneak peek event, I was with my friend Tyler and we were given a Q&A with the director. Tyler had the opportunity to ask a question. His question was, at the end of Tron Ares, both Sam and Cora have left the grid.
Legacy, yeah.
Oh, sorry. At the end of Tron Legacy, Sam and Cora have left the grid. Can we expect to see, or at least find out what happens to them in Tron Ares? And you could see, this is before the film comes out. He's stuttering. He's got 50 cameras on him, and he's going,
wait.
Yeah. And then he just goes, yeah, they're in the film. And we were like, oh my God. Like, first off, as a content creator, he's just got the clip that's going to go viral across the whole world. Yeah. You've got it. And also, thank God. Like, the reason we loved Legacy, they're back. Tron Ares has now come out in cinemas. And for anyone that has seen it or is going to see it, he didn't lie. But what a disappointment. As the point that you made, the beginning of Tron Ares explains where Encom went. And the way they say it is Sam stepped down. Okay, that was it. That's all they could think of, apparently. And then, yes, at the end of the film, Ares gains sentience and he goes out and explores the world, and he shows a little Polaroid photo of Sam and Cora with some coordinates on it. And again, I don't know if you've recognized this, Ares is riding a motorbike. That motorbike is the Ducati that Jeff Bridges' character was building, and Sam Flynn says, I've been working on your thing back at the shop.
Yeah.
So what that says to me is, even though that last scene, he's like, there are friends along the way that we've got to go and find. I think he's already found them. He's showing you the location and he's on the bike. So either he's picked it up from the city and is taking it back to Sam, or at that point in time, Ares is already with Sam and Cora.
Interesting.
Still means nothing.
I don't know if he is, though, because why would he be just like randomly looking at a picture and just sort of...
Because that's the only thing that would make us previous fans go, oh, okay.
No, I know, exactly.
My
point is, absolutely. But it also, like, in terms of the thing, it makes no sense. Like, oh, gosh.
This is a little bit brutal, right?
Yes, please.
As I just said, the point of an ISO is to be the perfect creation, right?
Yeah.
Can heal, no diseases, etc. The whole point of Tron Legacy is that Jeff Bridges' character says, oh my God, we need to get this back to the real world. Imagine what we could save in humanity. Based off the logic that Ares has gone with, Cora and Sam arrive back on Earth and choose to not help humanity.
Yeah.
Based off that logic.
Yeah.
They chose to keep her a secret and not help anything. That's devious.
Yeah.
And they just don't mention that at all.
Yeah, it's a really lazy sort of. It just shows that I think fundamentally what this kind of a lack of continuity or connection to legacy, and it's almost like just discarding of that film, shows that the studio just doesn't care, because you have a perfectly a perfectly good sort of segue to build or at least introduce some sort of elements or storylines into your next film, but you do nothing with that. So it just shows that what you're doing is you're taking an IP, you're taking a world that on the surface looks amazing, and it's a world that you don't really have to create. It's an IP that's already established, but instead you just want to make films that in the hopes of just making money, and just there's no sort of it's a real sort of, like you said, I mean, obviously I'm not as invested in the story as I would say you are, but like it just shows a complete lack of acknowledgement for the fans, and just like it's really poor. The
end of Legacy is what could have been the beginning of the next film.
Correct.
You already written chapter 1,
and
then you chose to straight up ignore it.
Yeah, but even what you were saying about the whole Cora thing, about how she could help to save lives, whatever. They do a sort of as sort of Greta Lee's character Eve. I think she sort of they win. And they use the whole sort of the growing oranges sort of thing to sort of leave the film on a positive, to say how NCOM is now going to incorporate this sort of system of regrowth, and how it's going to integrate into sort of biological sort of breakthroughs and whatnot. There's like almost like a slideshow sort of thing of this, but it's like you had an opportunity to actually use something that was intrinsically connected to the grid and really flesh that out, but instead you've just gone like, yay, AI is good and it can actually, help better the world, but just that's it. It doesn't say anything else. So yeah, really just sort of disappointing way to do that. And I think I think people like Greta Lee and Gillian Anderson, I think they're innocent in this film. Like, she clearly just wanted to do something like a fun film. But I mean, hey, no disrespect to Joachim Ronning, what's his name is, but like, you have a filmmaker like Joseph Kosinski, who, by the way, it was the most expensive directorial debut in history, Legacy, and to see sort of where he's taken his career. You were just talking about F1, and he did Maverick, the film that essentially saved cinemas. Then to just go to someone, again, no disrespect, but someone who has had a track record of films like Pirates of the Caribbean 5.
Yeah.
It's just. My excitement and my anticipation for the film dropped massively when I heard that this guy and Jared Leto were sort of tied to it. And again, no disrespect, but like, as someone who genuinely enjoys Tron Legacy, we deserved better for this film, man. We really did.
There was just many points in this film that I actually think I've seen more marketing than the film, pretty much.
Yeah.
The film touches on many different points that are meant to be, or are meant to at least make me feel something.
Yeah.
It introduces AI. It takes you back to... Are we talking spoilers at this point?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So it takes you back to scenes from the OG 80s Tron.
Yes, I was
That's meant to be like a... I meant to have a No Way Home moment and go,
Yeah.
You're meant to have that. You've got these big actors. You've got an advancement in AI, and then it ends with something going forth of AI gaining sentience. There are many things in this film that are meant to make me feel something, and they've somehow managed to bore all of them.
Absolutely. Even like Jeff Bridges. He's the front and center. He's the main guy of this entire franchise, and you just have him in the one-off like sort of cameo scene where he just he's basically playing Big Lebowski. Like, he's just doing that, and you could tell he was on set for like maybe a week, shot his scenes and got the bag and just left. But I don't know, man. It's really, really disappointing, and I just don't know. I couldn't believe it when I was hearing like everybody from the States sort of say how bad it is. But it is really that bad.
When I was at the event and the director was talking, this is 4 days before it was meant to hit UK cinemas, and he mentioned that they'd only just finished everything 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and that doesn't mean anything at that point. And then when I watched it, I go, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, taking us back to that like nostalgia Jeff Bridges moment, like that was the only moment of that whole film that like, he enters the OG grid, and I was like you're on the edge. Oh, this is it. Like this is something cool's about to happen. And for the next 10 minutes, they walk.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah.
They literally just walk.
It's even funnier because when they are just walking, it's intercut with these supposedly super exciting things that are happening in the real world, where like Athena is hunting like the main characters and whatnot, and then every time it just sort of cuts back to complete like mundane monotony of just them walking, and then Jeff Bridges just occasionally throws in the man, like, that's cool, man, you're cool, I like you. Like, I'm just like, dude, come on, like we could have done something cool, really cool with this character.
Jared Leto said that it took them so long to film that scene because he kept smiling at how exciting it was, and I was like, what?
I'm glad you had fun, Jared. Yeah, I'm glad you had fun.
Like, it really hurts. It really does, because Tron as a franchise is, groundbreaking in cinema for every generation. So you go back to the 80s and that changed the way cinema was looked. Tron Legacy, CG is in its prime. The next thing, 20 years later, we're now at, like, IMAX has become normal. Where AI is now a conversation and ARES is now the next thing. It's almost like they planned when they come out based on the next part of humanity. And this isn't it. And maybe, are we the people that rated Tron Legacy bad in the first place? We talked earlier about how Tron Legacy doesn't have good ratings, but we as viewers actually love that film. Are we being them people to Tron ARES? And are there going to be 8-year-old kids that watch ARES in 20 years go, I love that film?
Absolutely no way. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. Because for me, I think like Legacy, it is this kind of aura fest, right? Everything... Every frame of that film is like a painting, a digital painting, and like it's infused with such. I'm hesitant. Again, you go to the word aura, but like it just every single thing that is happening, whether that be the soundtrack or the visuals or something cool happening or something exciting happening with the action sequences, or fundamentally, it's also held together by a story about a boy who's trying to find his father as well. Whereas this is kind of just like, there's a character who's lost her sister and then wants to help the world and stop the evil corporation, but you don't really know why. And then you have Jared Leto, who's just sort of just there and just sort of motionless and kind of trying to help people, and he's questioning his sort of prerogative. Like, it just doesn't work. And again, to go back to what you said, I just don't care about anything that's happening at any point in the film. I really don't. So I really wish we had you on the couch, Ben, for a better film. But here we are.
It's okay, because at least it's something passionate that I like.
Sure.
This is okay. This is an opinion I have in mind that I am making up on the spot. It might have. This is how I feel about it, right? The new gen of marketing is social media and stuff like this. Yep. And as I'm sure all of you have seen, like, aura edits and like film edits on TikTok go crazy. Yeah. They are sick. You get all the like, where have you been? Like, them edits, awesome.
Yeah.
Tron Legacy was made to be that. Obviously, they didn't know this was going to happen all them years ago. But I am a huge like little nerd when it comes to, like, you just mentioned the whole point of Sam Flynn's story is that he's looking for his dad that went missing. Rihanna's song of Where Have You Been? Absolutely amazing. And it's I remember always reading like TikTok comments where people are like, imagine if these were trailers for films, people would watch them. And some film distributors like Paramount and stuff have listened, and they're starting to make editors make things. That's cool. I'm for that. And it's almost like they then saw this film and went, like, let's make this whole film and think, like, let's make TikTok.
Think it's a TikTok edit.
Every single thing. Yeah. And there are an unfathomable amount of scenes in this film where Jared Leto's just in slow-mo for no reason at all. There's a scene which was in that stupid 30-minute spoiler where he has Eve Kim on the back. They're being chased and he just dives what is into pixel water, which I'm not even going to get into, dives into pixel water and then bursts out into slow-mo, and it just like pans across his face for absolutely no reason. And that happens like every 10 minutes. It's like Disney want you to go and make edits of it, and they won't. People won't do it because it's almost like it's asking you to. No one wants to do anything when it's asked.
Very well said, actually, now that you think about it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, guys, this film is a bit of a mess. I don't know. I just felt so hollow after it. I had a huge headache. I had a huge migraine. And I was like, guys, I got to do 2 more films for the rest of the day, and you've not put me in the best of
When we came out of that film, like, all my friends that I was with, who are also huge Tron Legacy fans, not just were disappointed, and we all ended that and went, we need a drink. And they went and had a drink, and I joined them, and I had to leave early because I actually did have a headache. Not because of how bad it was. That's a whole different problem. But watching it in IMAX, I guess it's my own fault. It's so bright. I was my eyes hurt, and I had to leave.
Gosh.
And then I line biked home. As we spoke about earlier, I made my debut line bike review for Tron ARES, which just hit 100k this morning.
Oh, congrats, man! That's
which
awesome.
is very cool. gutting it's that.
Shame it wasn't on light.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I had a headache. I had a couple of pints of me. I'm cycling home in the dark through Canary Wharf, lights in the background, feeling like I'm in Tron Legacy, and I'm like, the wind's in my lime eyes, crying. I'm trying to hide the real tears of how awful that actually was.
Yeah.
I'm truly disappointed, and it's really sad because there is that opportunity now that will be the end of the franchise. Obviously, we haven't actually got to there was a post-credit scene for this film.
I didn't see it. I left.
What?
I left. Bro, I had to go. I was going to miss my next one. What was the post-credit scene? Tell me.
Well, you said you didn't watch the original Tron, so it doesn't really mean anything to you. Okay. In the finale scene, Evan Peters' character decides to escape into the grid.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know how you missed this. It's like 8 seconds after it ends. Like, it's one of them ones that plays while the credits are running.
Dude, I was out. I was out of there. I needed to go. Like, genuinely.
Okay. Yeah, Evan Peters escapes from the people that are hunting him. He disappears into the grid. He enters the grid, and the grid is like barren. It's broken. It's all. And he realizes, like, what have I done? He then walks over to what was ARES' bed. Then he presses the thing, and he goes, and it opens up, and he opens it, and he puts a helmet on. That helmet is the only way I can describe it. It looks like a samurai helmet. He is the main villain from the 80s Tron.
Oh wow.
I'm more confused than anything else because the point of Tron, right, was it is kind of done in time order.
Yeah.
They do make sense, but we've just introduced a villain in Tron ARES that was in the 80s. So has that now meant that Tron, the 80s film, has no relevance? Was Tron Legacy the beginning? As like a rerun? Because
it's like a soft reboot.
Jeff Bridges was in 80s.
Yeah.
Jeff Bridges is in Tron ARES.
Yeah.
But the character, the bad guy from the 80s Tron, has now just been introduced. Evan Peters becomes him.
But
that was the only cool thing of the whole film.
Is there a thing where like Evan Peters just takes on the mantle, like that character was already
potentially
established?
Maybe.
Yeah.
But that was the only time where I actually heard people in the audience go, "Oh!"
Yeah. The bad guy in the first film, this guy with the samurai helmet. He's not Evan Peters' grandfather, is he? He's not. So you know how there's always been Encom and like the Dillinger Corporation or something.
I'll have to look it up. I don't know off the top of my head.
Because if that's so, then it might be a sort of like grandfather kind of passing
that I'd kind of be okay with. Based off that logic, though, let's say it's another 20 years before we get another Tron film, which I'm going to assume now they're not. It looks like they have plans for an ARES 2 or whatever we're going to call it. But based off that logic, Jeff Bridges is getting old now. He's not going to really be in. Is this the opportunity to bring the Battle of the Suns in? You bring Sam Flynn back with Evan Peters as that
would be cool.
We have a Star Wars thing going on here.
Yeah.
But what day is it today? It's Sunday. They've just put out like the box office like gross for like Tron ARES. It's made less this weekend than Morbius' opening weekend.
I did see this.
That's atrocious.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunately things like that will crush a franchise, and they won't even bother giving it another chance. And after that, fair enough.
Yeah.
But also, look what you could do.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I'm like sad that I'm not like, I wouldn't be losing sleep if they didn't give it another chance, just because of how bad this was. But I'm also like, I still think there's so much to do here. Like,
I know.
Much. It's just such a shame. So yeah.
Well, who knows? You might have to wait 20 years and your kids are watching it.
Who knows? Yeah.
Then you wouldn't care again because it's been 20 years. But truly disappointing. I'm so upset that they massacred my boy.
My boy. Well, guys, that was our review rant mesh of Tron ARES, which was still tidier than the actual film itself. Do let us know what you thought about the film. If you are sort of in the same sort of mentality as us, disappointed and just kind of broken and just or if you actually managed to enjoy this at all, in which case I'd be really, really interested to know. So do let us know. Ben, we're going to move on to some games now.
Oh, let's do it. This is the exciting part of the thing. The games. Yeah, the games. The grid games.
The grid games. I've got 3 games for you.
Yeah.
The first game, so Tron ARES, of course, stars Jared Leto.
Mm-hmm.
This one is called Has Jared Leto Starred Alongside? So I'm going to give you I'm going to give you an actor.
Yep.
And you're going to tell me whether or not Jared Leto has starred in the same cast as this other person, and if so, what film?
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So, Ben, Has Jared Leto starred alongside the following actors? So, has Jared Leto starred alongside Ana de Armas?
No.
They have. They have. Can you remember the film?
Clearly not, no.
It's another sci-fi, cyberpunk-esque, not cyberpunk, but huge sci-fi.
Oh, Blade Runner.
That's correct, yeah. Blade Runner 2049. Up next, has Jared Leto starred alongside Forrest Whitaker?
No.
They have.
Oh,
They have. Jared Leto was in David Fincher's Panic Room. Have you seen this?
Yeah, no. So that'd be why.
Yeah. And Forrest Whitaker is also in that. It's like one of those films that you watch and you're like, oh my God, that's Jared Leto kind of thing.
Okay, cool.
Has Jared Leto starred alongside Kate Blanchett?
That I'm going to confidently say no.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes, they have it.
Got one right.
Has Jared Leto starred alongside Jennifer Garner? Not Julia Garner, Jennifer Garner.
No?
They have.
Oh, I'm terrible at this.
They starred alongside each other in Dallas Buyers Club.
Oh, and I love that film. That's truly atrocious from me.
Has Jared Leto starred alongside Kerry Washington?
I don't know. I'm going to say no.
Correct. They have not. I know it's a bit of a random one. Has Jared Leto starred alongside Brad Pitt?
Yes.
Which film?
Fight Club.
Correct. There we go. We end on a high on game one. Okay. So, Ben, game number 2. This one is called, you've got to match the main character to the sci-fi film. So I'm going to list the names of some main characters, and you're just going to have to say what sci-fi film, whether that be sci-fi horror or, sci-fi fantasy or whatever that might be. You're going to have to match the main character to the sci-fi film.
Okay.
If I said Kevin Flynn, you'd say Tron.
Okay.
Okay. So first up, and these are going to get progressively harder. So first up, we've got Ellen Ripley,
Alien.
Marty McFly,
Back to the Future.
Sarah Connor,
Terminator.
Jake Sully.
I nearly said Monsters Inc. Avatar.
Can you imagine? Oh, Sully.
Yeah.
Alan Grant,
Jurassic Park.
Jin Erso.
Star Wars.
Yep. The protagonist.
Am I going to kick myself for this? Yeah, I don't know.
That's Tenet.
Oh, yeah, I never watched Tenet.
Oh, okay. Rick Deckard.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's getting into
yeah, we're struggling now.
That's Harrison Ford's character in Blade Runner.
Oh, never getting that.
John Anderson.
Matrix.
That is correct. Dom Cobb.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm trying to be smart here. Is it? I don't know.
So that is Inception. That's Leonardo DiCaprio's character from Inception.
Yeah. I couldn't have. You couldn't have got that.
Dom Cobb. Douglas Quaid.
Oh. Oh, people are going to hate me for this because this is a big one. I know it is. Oh, I can't remember it off the top of my head.
This one is Total Recall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that too. It's really bad.
This is like getting into like really hard territory now, to be fair. Joseph Cooper.
God, you picked some really rogue ones. It scares me. I have no idea.
Okay, how about this? Cooper.
Interstellar.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know his
it's
first name.
It's weird when you
Joseph,
put it like,
Joseph Cooper. Yeah,
like a formal man. I hate it.
Up next is Jack Harper.
Oh, I don't know. I have this weird feeling it's going to be something like, what was that Matt Damon Mars film? Or
The Martian. No, not The Martian. So this one, I'll give you a clue. This one is a Joseph Kosinski film.
Oh. Say the name again?
Jack Harper. I think that hinges on whether or not you know if this film is directed by Joseph Kosinski.
Yeah, that's probably my problem.
It's a film after Tron Legacy.
So we're talking like Maverick era, or were you talking before that?
Before Maverick.
Oh, yeah, I ain't got a clue.
That is a film called Oblivion with Tom Cruise.
Oh, it was awful. Yeah, that's why.
I actually kind of like it. I think it's not a good film. Evelyn Wang.
I know that. This is really poor from me.
No. It's difficult. It's tricky.
Evelyn Wang. Can I have a hint?
It's recent. I'm talking past 3 years. Did really well at the Oscars.
Oh, that's made me even more confused.
It's a sci-fi film, but it's not a film that you would think immediately when you think sci-fi. That's probably more confusing, but
Yeah, this I'm going to kick myself for because I can see it. I don't know.
That is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah, I should have put that as my most overrated film.
Oh, really?
Don't get it.
Fair enough. So up next, we've got Major Alan Dutch Schaefer. Or just Dutch. He's just referred to as Dutch in the film.
I'm awful at this.
It's an Arnold Schwarzenegger role.
So it's not Terminator.
It's not Terminator, and it's not Total Recall.
I truly haven't got a clue.
There's one big Arnie film.
But it's sci-fi. That's what's throwing
Sci-fi
me off,
action.
I have absolutely no...
That is Predator.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And we've got 3 more. We got bear with me.
Okay.
Stick with me. So we've got okay, this one is weird. This guy's called Corbin Dallas. Do you know this guy?
You're making them up.
I had to double check these.
Yeah, that's unfair.
This one is The Fifth Element.
Okay.
Seen The Fifth Element? This one, you know what it is? The difficult part of this game is because they're listed as the full name.
Yeah.
It's actually more distracting.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. We got 2 more. Let's see if we can have any sort of crack at this. This is R.J. McCready. He's just called. Sci-fi horror.
See, I feel like the only reason you're saying it with confidence is because you know the answer and you're going, oh yeah, that makes sense. From like an outsider's perspective.
Yeah, I know. When you're on the couch, it's tricky. McCready. So that is The Thing. That's John Carpenter's The Thing.
Okay, right.
And the last one. this one's got Major William Cage.
Oh.
Ringing any bells?
I'm going to take a wild guess here because I cannot remember his name. Is it Avatar?
No, it's not. It's not Avatar. It's a really underrated sci-fi film, mid 2010s. Tom Cruise.
War of the Worlds?
Not War of the Worlds.
Mm.
So it's Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt.
Oh. No, that's not Emily Blunt, is it? I was going to say, what was that awful film that had Rihanna in it?
Battleship.
Yeah, not that, is it?
This
I
one
actually have no idea.
This one is Edge of Tomorrow. Have you seen that?
Is that the one with Chris Pratt in it?
No, that's I know what you're talking about. That's the Amazon Prime. Edge of Tomorrow is Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt. It's like a Groundhog Day type thing.
I hate Tom Cruise.
You hate him?
Yeah.
Damn. Well, that is a very underrated film. I think you should check out.
Okay.
Regardless, but
that was really hard.
It is really hard. That is really hard. We have got game number 3.
Okay.
This is also sci-fi-esque.
Yep.
It's going to get progressively harder. But
that's fine. I'm happy to embarrass myself. It's fine.
So this one, Ben, is can you guess the sci-fi film from the cast?
Okay.
So first up, we've got, and just FYI, I'm not necessarily going to be naming main cast, as in like lead cast, because otherwise it'd be too easy. First up, we've got Matt Damon.
Yep.
Casey Affleck. Anne Hathaway.
Is this Interstellar?
That is correct.
Okay.
That is correct. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're 1 for 1.
I get the vibe. I get it.
All right, yeah. A little warm up. Up next, we've got Nicholas Hoult, Zoe Kravitz, Rosie Huntington-Whiteley.
Transformers?
Not Transformers.
No, Nicholas Hoult's not in Transformers. Oh, they're 3 people that shouldn't be in the same room. I don't know. That fascinates me, though.
I'll throw in another actor.
Okay.
Charlize Theron.
Yeah, that ain't helping.
That is Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh my god. Of course it is. Wait, when was Zoe Kravitz in that film?
She is. She's one of the girls. She's one of the wives.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Up next, we've got Mark Ruffalo.
Okay.
Stephen Yeun.
Interesting.
Toni Collette.
Mark Ruffalo and Steve. That's very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen them in the same room, but clearly I'm wrong.
So what if I said Mark Ruffalo, Toni Collette, Stephen Yeun?
Was that meant to help? That's just,
The
you just reordered the names?
Yeah, I have.
Why have you reordered the names?
When I tell you the answer, then you might kick yours. I'm fairly certain you've seen this film.
I don't. Stephen has not been in a lot of things.
Came out this year. Mark Ruffalo, Stephen.
Oh, Mickey 17.
There you go.
I don't know what were you getting at of trying to reorder them? Why would that help?
Mark Ruffalo and Toni Collette are like a pair.
Oh, because they're meant to be like a couple thing in it. Right, I get you. Okay.
Up next, we've got Ben Mendelsohn,
Okay.
Olivia Cook,
Mm,
and Ty Sheridan. Do you know who this is?
no.
Okay, let me throw in someone else. This doesn't actually have a huge cast.
It's made me realise these questions that sci-fi are as confusing by the people in them because you actually focus more on the genre and what's happening than who's in them.
You do. Gosh, who else can I throw in this film that can give you? I actually don't know. Those are literally the three main sort of people. So that's Ready Player One. Have you seen
I
that?
love that film, but I couldn't name anyone in that other than Simon Pegg.
Okay. Next up, we've got two more. These are the hardest ones. So we've got Carrie-Anne Moss,
Okay.
Neil Patrick Harris,
Okay.
and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. This is also fairly recent, like 2021. Big franchise.
This is a rogue shout. It's not, and I'm not putting this as sci-fi, but the only thing I can think Neil Patrick Harrison that was weird was Series of Unfortunate Events.
Not a Series of Unfortunate Events.
Because that's
You might have almost forgotten that Neil Patrick Harris was in this film.
clearly, yeah.
In fact, a lot of people just don't even remember the film that much because it sort of just came and went. Huge sci-fi franchise. If I tell you the main guy, you'll get it. Hence why I'm not. But this one,
Oh, no, I don't know, but I'm fascinated because
this is the fourth film in the franchise after a sort of trilogy, and then it came back somewhat for one film. No.
phone a friend. I always go.
So this one is The Matrix Resurrection.
Oh, Resurrection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awful film.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
This last one, I'll be really impressed if somehow you get this.
Well, based off the base of this, no.
You never know.
Okay, let's do it.
So I've got three actors for you. So we've got Cillian Murphy.
Okay.
Amanda Seyfried.
Mm.
And Olivia Wilde. Completely sort of dependent on whether or not you've actually seen the film, as most of these, but this is really like...
Do you know what's really weird? Two of them people are in
Tron Legacy. Yeah. It's not Tron Legacy.
Wow. And I'm going to assume these are not popular people in these films, even though they're big actors.
It's kind of one of those films where you watch and you're like, oh my God, Cillian Murphy's in this. It's a bit like Tron Legacy. He's like, he's...
Oh,
like,
wait. Who was... Oh, no, you said Olivia Wilde. Oh, no.
I'll reveal two more actors.
Yeah, go for it. Okay.
So the
I'm
first
not
actor I'm
good
going to
at
reveal... Do you know who Alex Pettyfer is?
Yeah.
Alex
Stormbreaker.
Pettyfer. Yeah, of course, man. Yeah.
What a film. Love that film. I was waiting for it to be Stormbreaker, then I was waiting to be like, yep, and no.
So Alex Pettyfer's in this. Okay, the last person I'm going to reveal, Justin Timberlake.
Oh my God. I have absolutely no idea.
Have you seen a film called In Time?
No.
That's kind of an underrated sci-fi film. It's actually...
Is this what it is?
This is it, yeah. In Time. Have you seen this?
No.
Okay.
You're like Oscar-winning Cillian Murphy.
I'm trying to give you clues, man.
Yeah,
Let me try and find...
I'm sorry.
Do you want to play one more game?
Yeah, let's do it.
This one is merely... We will work together on this.
Okay, let's do it.
So you're not alone here. So I'm going to get AI, I'm going to get ChatGPT to generate two random actors.
All right.
And we're going to just have to connect the actors in 5 or less films. Does that make sense?
Yes. So based off this logic, they may not be in the same film, but you go, this person was with this person in that film, and that film had that person to that film.
Correct.
Cool, I can do that. Yeah.
So the first two actors, Idris Elba and Emma Stone.
Wow, okay. Let's think.
Yeah.
So I feel like an easy way to start this would be like Idris Elba in maybe like Suicide Squad, because you've got some rogue comedy actors in that.
Yep.
That's probably a first place to start.
Yep.
Let me think.
Suicide Squad. Margot Robbie.
Wait.
Oh, I got it. But yeah, go on.
Oh, okay.
I got one route. But
Oh,
you go.
You were really confident with that. I was going to start something. I was going to say like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn,
Mm-hmm.
and then Harley Quinn with someone comic, then to tie it back to Spider-Man. That's basically where I was going.
So I've got
Go on.
Idris Elba to Margot Robbie, Suicide Squad.
Yep.
Margot Robbie to Ryan Gosling, Barbie. Ryan Gosling to Emma Stone, La La Land.
Nice, quick.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
Should we do two more?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Um,
Yeah, that was really obvious, actually. I was trying to make that difficult.
Tom Hardy.
Yep.
And Zendaya.
Wow, okay.
We go on.
Yes, I think so. Tom Hardy, post-credit scene of Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Zendaya, Zendaya to June, and then I've already forgotten who our other person was.
Well, were you just connected? Then?
Oh, did it? Oh, Zendaya. Yeah, I've just been going with the. I was like, and then Zendaya to who? I was like, wait, I'm lost. Yeah, no, that.
I'm trying to find a route where they're not in the same film. Okay, let's just kick it off. So Tom Hardy was in The Revenant with
Many people.
Let's go Leo. Right,
Okay.
he was in A Revenant with Leo. Leo was in.
I feel like your options here are either something like Inception that have got quite a few that you can branch off from, or you go like Wolf of Wall Street, which you can branch off from as well.
Let's go Inception.
Okay.
Let's do Leo. Well, Leo and Tom Hardy both in Inception actually as well. So we've gone back to Inception. Let's go Leo to let's go Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Okay, cool.
I'm just making this way more difficult.
Yeah, you've niched it really down.
Yeah. We've got Joseph Gordon-Levitt to Heath Ledger in 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah, okay.
How many is that? 3?
Sure, yeah.
We've got 2 more. Okay.
We're still going to Zendaya.
We're going to Zendaya, yeah. We've got Heath Ledger to now I'm like trying to find the Zendaya films.
Not many. I feel like I don't know. You got Heath Ledger, you got A Knight's Tale there, you've got Dark Knight.
Oh, I got it. Heath Ledger,
yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal, Brokeback Mountain, Jake Gyllenhaal, Zendaya, Far From Home.
My God, yeah, speedy.
There we go.
Nice.
Oh,
you had me stuck at Dark Knight. You like picked an avenue. I was like, right, we're sending it. Let's do it.
Do you want to do one more?
I'm happy.
Okay,
to do
let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, wow. Okay, Viola Davis and Chris Pratt. Again, we're gonna go Suicide Squad route.
Yeah. Is do you feel like you've got?
No.
Like you've got a thing. Okay. I'm pretty sure he's in it. Or am I thinking of the other Suicide Squad? You know the guy in Guardians that's like part of the Ravagers that survives and ends up having Yondu's little quill thing. What's his name?
Isn't that James Gunn's brother? Sean Gunn.
Yeah. Is he in the first Suicide Squad or is he in the second one?
I'm pretty sure he's in the second one because.
Damn it.
But Viola Davis is in the second Suicide Squad.
Okay. And who are we connected to again?
Chris Pratt.
Okay, so that would be the avenue, right? Is picking him
probably
from that straight into
Yeah.
Guardians.
We could do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
But I was like, Suicide Squad's a weird one, isn't it? Because it's 2 separate films, but you're kind of like.
Yeah, I don't know why we keep going back to Suicide Squad. It's because
it's got such a range of people.
Yeah. We should have made it really difficult and like removed comic book films and Star Wars and whatnot. But there you go.
That's ruined the franchise for this game because they just have everyone in it.
Who?
Anyone.
Suicide Squad.
Like even if you said like the MCU, you go, he was in him, but that person was in that one and that one, that one, that one.
Yeah. I'm still gassed about the Jake Gyllenhaal one. I found that
was really good. I was trusting you that you seem to have a process. You're like, I've gone to this film.
You just got to extrapolate. You just got to keep thinking, and then just hope that there's someone there. But there you go. Well, on that note, guys, thank you so much, Ben.
You're welcome.
Thanks so much for coming on. So those games were very challenging.
Just like Tron ARES.
Yeah, just like Tron. Well, there you go. You see, I kind of try to match the vibe of the film with the games, and so it all wraps up. Yeah. But no, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's been a lot of fun. Again, a shame it wasn't a film that necessarily blew us away for the right reasons. But again, it was so great to hear about your love for the films, and potentially, I mean, I don't think by the sounds of how you talked about this film, you've necessarily fully given up hope on the franchise, which is.
I can't ignore how good Tron Legacy is, so no, I never will.
Sure.
It's still fun. It still holds a place in your heart.
Yeah.
Bad things happen,
Yeah. There you go. Well, guys, like I mentioned at the start, all of Ben's links will be linked down below in the description box. Please do go over and check out some of his stuff. He's doing some really great stuff, including your podcast as well.
Yeah.
Again, thanks so much, Ben.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and we will catch you very soon in the next episode of the Popcorn Podcast. Cheers.